BioWise with Aanchal. Today we are going to study about classification of plants and animals, the complete overview. For that, you are requested to first like, share and subscribe and then proceed with the entire video. Now in this chapter, we are going to study about the meaning and concept of classification, taxonomy, need and advantage of classification, five kingdom classification, classification of plants, classification of animals and a quick summary. Now, in this, first we should know what is a classification. Classification is the process of grouping living organisms based on their similarities and differences. Why we need to classify? To study large organisms easily, to avoid confusion, to understand relationship between organisms, and to identify new organisms. Right? So instead of studying single individuals, it's better if we study the groups. So what is the basis of classification? Organisms can be classified on the basis of their body structure, presence or absence of the backbone, method of reproduction, habitat, mode of nutrition. Okay. Now, what is taxonomy? Taxonomy is a branch of science which deals with identification, naming, classification of the living organisms. Right? Who is the father of taxonomy? Carl Linnaeus. He is a Swedish scientist, introduced scientific naming system, developed the binomial nomenclature. What is binomial nomenclature? Binomial means two names. Okay, so binomial means each organism will have two scientific names, genus names and species name. Example, Homo sapiens. So there is a rule of writing the names. It is written in Latin. Genus starts with capital letter, species starts with small letter, written in italics or underlined separately if handwritten. So if I have written it, now since I have typed it, so I have written it in italics, but if you have to handwrite it, you have to underline Homo and then sapiens separately with H capital and S small. Keep that in mind. Then hierarchy of classification. You can see here that when you talk about taxonomy, taxonomy follows a hierarchy. Kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. There is a quick way to remember: king plays chess on Friday, generally speaking. Now in this, for example, human beings, the kingdom is Animalia, phylum is Chordata, class is Mammalia, order is primates, family is Hominidae, genus is Homo, species is Sapiens, and scientific name is Homo sapiens. Importance of taxonomy: helps in identification of organism, shows evolutionary relationships, avoid confusion in naming, organizes biological information. That is the importance of taxonomy. So let us start with the five kingdom classification. Now before that, you have to write the name of the scientist who is responsible for this five kingdom classification. Now according to this five kingdom classification, we have got Monera, Protista, fungi, Plantae, Animalia. Now first kingdom is Monera. Monerans are microscopic unicellular prokaryotic organisms which has got cell wall, and they have got a nuclear material which is present in the cytoplasm suspended without a specific nucleus because they are prokaryotes. This is a diagram of a bacterial cell where you have got capsule, outer slimy layer, cell wall, plasma membrane, mesosomes which are the foldings in the plasma membrane responsible for respiration, cytoplasm, nucleoid, pili and flagellum, ribosomes and plasmid. Plasmid is a extra DNA what bacteria contains. Example is bacteria, and the cell wall contains peptidoglycan. Now the cell wall of bacteria contains peptidoglycan, cell wall of fungi contains chitin, and cell wall of plant contains cellulose. Remember this. Now, bacteria, singular is bacterium, the simplest organism found everywhere. They are heterotrophs, parasites. Their reserve food is glycogen, and they contain a capsule in certain organisms. On the basis of their shape, they can be classified as cocci, cocci, that is spherical shape. Rod shape is bacillus, and spiral. Now, Streptococcus pneumoniae is an example of a cocci, which is spherical bacteria. Lactobacillus, which helps in making curd, is the example of rod-shaped bacteria. And Vibrio cholerae is an example of comma-shaped bacteria. Uses of bacteria: medicine, antibiotics, manufacture, streptomycin, vaccines, curdling of milk, vinegar. Azotobacter ferments sugar, fruit juice into vinegar, and tanning of leather, retting of fibers, formation of compost and manures, biogas. Methanogen bacteria are responsible for making methane, which is a major constituent of biogas. Then probiotics. E. coli is present in your intestine, which helps in vitamin B12 synthesis. So vitamin E. coli, you can say that it is in a symbiotic relationship with you. Okay, it helps in making vitamin B12 when your body is giving nutrition and shelter to the bacteria. It also helps in nitrogen fixation, that is rhizobium, helps in nitrogen fixation. Do not get confused with rhizopus, which is a bread mold, and rhizobium, which is the nitrogen fixing bacteria. They also help in decomposing. Then their harmful effect of bacteria, they spoil food and they also cause many diseases. Here are certain diseases with their causative agents. Like typhoid is caused by Salmonella typhi, tuberculosis by Mycobacterium tuberculi, pneumonia by Streptococcus pneumoniae, cholera by Vibrio cholerae, and diphtheria by Corynebacterium diphtheriae. Okay, kingdom Protista, unicellular, eukaryotic, autotrophic. That is, euglena and diatoms are autotrophic. They contain chloroplasts, so they can synthesize their own food. Heterotrophic, amoeba and paramecium. They depend on other organisms for food. Mode of reproduction is binary fission and multiple fission. You can let us focus on amoeba. Amoeba is unicellular, microscopic, found in ponds, ditches, and stagnant water, irregular in shape, heterotrophic, and holozoic nutrition. They consume food by phagocytosis. They remove undigested food by exocytosis. Movement is by pseudopodia, that is the amoeboid movement. You can see here how the amoeba extends its pseudopodia to catch the bacteria. That is, now this circle in which the bacteria is present forms the food vacuole. The cytoplasm will release the digestive enzymes in it and will digest the bacteria. And pseudopodia also helps in the movement of amoeba. Okay, this is how the amoeba moves and feeds. Then how amoeba eats, digests and excretes. Eating is by phagocytosis, engulf food by extending pseudopodia, forms food vacuoles, then digest by exocytosis, excretes ammonia. Contractile vacuoles are formed where it has got water content in it which dissolved ammonia. It helps in excretion. At the same time, contractile vacuole helps in water regulation and excretion. Then how respiration takes place, that is easy diffusion through the cell membrane. That is, carbon dioxide in the amoeba is diffused out in the water, and the water present in the oxygen present in the water is diffused in the bacteria in the amoeba, and the process is aerobic respiration. How amoeba reproduces? Parent amoeba, you can see it divides by first elongation of nucleus, then division of nucleus, and then the division of cytoplasm into two daughter cells. That is binary fission. In unfavorable conditions, you have cyst formation that causes multiple fission, and many baby amoeba, which is amoebulae, is formed in this process. Then you have kingdom fungi. Fungi is unicellular like yeast and multicellular like bread molds and mushroom. Saprophytic in nature, that is, they release their digestive enzymes outside their body, which then absorbs nutrition. It digests the things outside and the nutrition is absorbed by the hyphae and the mycelium. They are achlorophyllous, that is, they do not contain chlorophyll, so they depend on others for food. They cannot synthesize their own food. Next one is bread mold. Hyphae is a single thread-like structure. Combined form is called mycelium. Erect hyphae is called sporangiophores, which has got a bulb-like structure, which is called sporangium. Sporangium contains spores, which helps in reproduction. And the method of respiration is aerobic. They are saprophytic, and they store food in the form of glycogen. That is your animal starch. Okay. Useful. What are the useful roles of fungi? It is used as a source of food like mushroom and other edible fungi. Bakery mate is used for making soft and fluffy cake by using yeast. It is also used in making alcohol. Then you know that anaerobic fermentation leads to the production of carbon dioxide and ethyl alcohol. So carbon dioxide for making the cake and the biscuits porous, and ethyl alcohol for making wines and alcohol. Vitamin B is also produced by certain yeast decomposers. They are very good decomposers. Penicillin notatum is a fungi which helps in the production of penicillin antibiotic. It also helps in ripening of cheese. Harmful effects is spoilage of food, leather goods, and textiles. Fungal attacks leads to loss of crops, serious skin disorders, lung disease, and also diseases like athlete's foot and ringworm. Please remember, ringworm is not a worm, it's a fungal disease. Then let us talk about the kingdom Plantae. Plantae has got two major groups, cryptogams and phanerogams. Cryptogams has no seed, phanerogams have seed. In cryptogams, you have Thallophyta, Bryophyta, Pteridophyta. In phanerogams, you have Gymnosperms and Angiosperms. Let us have a quick review of these groups. The first one is Thallophyta. Aquatic in habitat, unicellular, multicellular, usually green, but it can be red or brown. Examples, Spirogyra, Ulva, Cladophora, Chara. All these are examples of algae. Next one is bryophyte, that is mosses and liverworts. They are non-flowering plants, do not produce flower or seeds. They reproduce by spores instead of seeds because they are not producing seeds. So they have spores. Then they have no true root, stem, or leaves. They have simple body structure. Root-like structures are present, which are called rhizoids, but they are not true roots because they lack vascular bundles. And since they lack vascular bundles, they do not have true leaves, true stems, and true roots. The other example, liverwort, you know that they are called the amphibians of the plant kingdom. Reason is they live on land, but they need water for reproduction. They are very small in size, usually grow in moist and shady places. They lack vascular tissues, xylem and phloem. Xylem and phloem starts in fern, that is in pteridophytes. So they are also non-flowering plants. They produce flower. They do not produce flower or seeds. They also reproduce by spores. They have a special structure called sporangia. They have got some black or brown spots beneath their leaves. If you have seen fern plant, just check the leaves. Below the leaves, you'll have dark brown spots. Those are called sori. They are the sporangia. They contain sporangia and spores. They have true roots, stems, and leaves, and their body is well differentiated. Right? They have vascular tissues, xylem and phloem for transport of food and water. They mostly grow in moist and shady places. Leaves are called fronds. In ferns, they are called fronds. There is one more example of fern, the pteridophytes, that is horsetail. You can see this picture. This is a horsetail plant. Gymnosperm, they are seed-bearing plants. They produce seeds which are not enclosed in fruits. So they are called naked seeds. They are non-flowering plants. They do not produce true flowers, but they produce cones, which are male and the female cones, which are helpful in reproduction. They are mostly green trees or evergreen trees or shrubs. Okay. Next one is they have well-developed roots, stems, and leaves. They have vascular tissues, xylem and phloem, and the leaves are usually needle-like or scale-like to help reduce transpiration because they generally grow in the cold places. Then example is pine and cycas. Then you have angiosperms or the flowering plants. Most of the plants present on earth now is of this category. They produce true flowers. Seeds are enclosed in fruits. Seeds develop within the ovary, which later forms a fruit. Well-developed plant body have true roots, stems, and leaves, and have vascular tissue, xylem, phloem are present. Then these are abundant group of plants found in almost all habitat, show great variety in size from small herbs to large trees and reproduce by seeds. They are classified in monocots and dicots. Monocots and dicots, you can see the differences. Two cotyledon, reticulate venation, taproot, example pea and mango for dicots. And monocots, one cotyledon, parallel venation, fibrous roots, wheat and maize is monocot. You can take a screenshot of this. Number of cotyledons present is 1 in monocots, 2 in dicots, parallel venation in monocots, reticulate in dicot, fibrous roots in monocot, taproot in dicots, and examples. Please take a screenshot. Any doubt, put it in the comment section. Now let us move to the classification of animals. Now the first group, that is class phylum. The first phylum is Porifera or the sponges. Now mostly found in sea with very few in fresh water, fixed to the seabed, body is porous. Many tiny pores which are called ostium, which is present on the entire body, which helps in taking in the water from the surrounding. And there is only one pore, osculum, which helps in removing the water from the body. So whatever important microorganisms they have, they will capture, will stay in the body, they will use it as food, and the extra water is removed from osculum. Example, sponge. Next phylum is Cnidarians or Coelenterata, that is aquatic, sac-like body with one opening, that is mouth. Mouth is surrounded by tentacles for catching prey, swimming, that is for movement. It has got radial symmetry. And an example is jellyfish, hydra, sea anemone. You can see the pictures. The blue one is the jellyfish, the green one is the hydra, and the other one is the sea anemone. Platyhelminthes, flatworm. The body of the organism is flat and thin, parasitic. Example, tapeworm and lukeworm. This tapeworm is found in the intestine of human. And then next one is nematode, roundworm. Ascaris is an example. Round and unsegmented body, parasitic. Ascaris is the example. Next one is Annelida, segmented worm. Earthworm and leech is an example. Body is composed of rinse segments, soft and moist body wall, breathe, which helps in breathing. Special organs for excretion, that is nephridia, earthworm and leech. Next one is arthropoda, joint appendages, body, head, thorax and abdomen. Jointed legs, four classes are there. First one is crustacea, where you have fused head and thorax, plus abdomen, many jointed legs. Aquatic, example, crab, shrimp, lobsters and prawn, etc. Next class is myriapoda, many segments, one or two pair of legs attached to each segment. Example, centipede, millipede. Next class is insecta, distinct head, thorax, and abdomen, three pair of jointed legs, head bears antenna or feelers, plus mouth is also present in the head. Example, ant, housefly, butterfly. Next class is arachnida, that is head and thorax is fused, have four pair of joint appendages. In the earlier one insecta, there were three pairs of joint legs because the one pair was modified into antenna or fillers. In this case, since antenna and fillers are absent, they have got four jointed legs. Example, spider, ticks, scorpions. Right. Next one is mollusks, that is soft-bodied shelled animals. Not segmented, bodies enclosed in hard shells. Moose is muscular foot. Snails, slugs, oyster, octopus. Now, octopus has not got a hard shell, and even slugs have got plate-like structure present in their upper portion of the body that acts as a shell, but they are vestigial. Okay, oyster, pearl, you see the hard shell present, so they are from this category. Echinoderms, also called spiny skinned animals. Body is rough and spiny, marine, move with 2 feet, radial symmetry. Starfish and sea urchin is an example. Okay, this is all with invertebrates. Now let us move to the vertebrate. Okay, now vertebrate may the first class, that is what chordata is the phylum. So first class of the chordata, that is vertebrate, is the Pisces. In Pisces, they are aquatic, streamlined. They swim with fins and tails. They breathe through gills. Body is covered with scale. Example is rohu, katla. Dogfish is a fish. Electric ray fish. Please remember, starfish, jellyfish, they are not from the Pisces category. Then amphibia. Amphibians are the animals which live on land and water. They generally lay egg in water. Okay, so water is important for their reproduction. Body is covered with slimy and slippery skin. So the skin helps to breathe underwater. Breathe through lungs and skin, and frog and toad is an example. Here, reptilia, lizard, and snakes. You can have a question that some reptilia can stay in water and on land, but they cannot be classified for amphibians because they lay egg on land, not in water. Moreover, their skin is dry and scaly. Okay, and they breathe through lungs. They cannot breathe underwater. So they live on land, they live in water too. Skin is dry and scaly, breathe through only lungs. Females lay egg on land. Have four short legs for crawling on land, but snakes do not have that. Next one is aves. Body is covered with feathers, have wings to fly, hollow bones, lightweight, leg bear scales, toes and have claws, horny beak plus no teeth. Female lay hard shelled eggs. Next one is mammalia. Body is covered with hair, external projecting ears, give birth to the young ones. Mammary glands are present, usually have tails except human. Tell me one more category of animal which do not have tails. Okay. And here also you can see that dolphin, whales, bat, these are the examples of mammals. Okay. Then there are three important terms: oviparous, viviparous, ovoviviparous. Animals that lay egg is oviparous. that give birth to the young ones is viviparous, and eggs develop inside the mother body is ovoviviparous. Outside the mother's body, the development of embryo takes place, that is oviparous. Mother's body, in the mother's body, if the development takes place, it is viviparous. And if the development takes place in the reproductive tract of the mother, but from the retained egg, then it is ovoviviparous. Nourishment in oviparous is from the egg yolk, viviparous is from placenta, and ovoviviparous is from the egg yolk, not directly from the mother. Egg laying, egg laid outside. No eggs are laid outside in viviparous. And egg is laid, but it is laid in the reproductive tract of the female, that is ovoviviparous. Example: hen, frog, fish for oviparous, human, cow, dog for viviparous, and shark and some snakes for ovoviviparous. I think I have cleared the concept. Give me thumbs up in the comment section if you think that I have cleared your concepts. Next one is cold-blooded and the warm-blooded animals. Ectothermic, poikilothermal temperature changes with the surrounding, depends on external sources like sunlight, becomes inactive and sluggish in the cold weather, comparatively low metabolic rate, fish, frog, lizard, these are all cold-blooded characteristics. Endothermic, homeothermal, the body temperature remains constant, source of heat is produced internally, that is, you can produce heat inside. Then you remain active in all the seasons, comparatively high metabolic rate. Bird, human, and cow are the warm-blooded animals. Always remember, aves and mammalia is warm-blooded. Pisces, amphibia, and reptilia is cold-blooded. That is all for the entire chapter. Be connected with BioWise with Aanchal for more learning, and let me know whether you liked the video or not. And was it helpful to you? Put it in the comment section. Thank you so much, children. Keep learning and enjoy studying.